Sometimes, love doesn't look like what we expect. The people who care about us the most may seem distant or even ignore us. It's confusing, isn't it? But before you start doubting yourself or thinking something is wrong, remember this. There's often more happening beneath the surface than we realize. Human behavior is complex, shaped by emotions, fears, and past experiences. And believe it or not, God can work through these situations in ways we don't always see immediately. This video will show you why someone who loves you might ignore you, and how understanding these psychological behaviors can help you find peace and clarity. Don't skip this, because you might be missing something powerful, something that can help you grow, heal, and improve your relationships. There are hidden lessons in these moments, lessons that God can use to strengthen us. Stay with me and let's uncover them together. Love is not always easy to understand. Sometimes the way people act around us seems to make no sense at all. Someone who cares about you might pull away, avoid eye contact, or even seem distant. This can be painful and confusing, making you wonder if they truly care. But before you jump to conclusions, it's important to remember that human behavior is shaped by many unseen forces. We are all influenced by our emotions, fears, and past experiences. These feelings are not always easy to control, and they often make people behave in ways that don't match their true intentions. The good news is that God understands these struggles, even when we don't. When confusion fills your mind, remember that God can bring clarity. He can help you see beyond the surface, guiding you toward patience and understanding. So, the next time someone's behavior confuses you, pause, take a deep breath, and know there's more to the story. Their actions might be a reflection of their own struggles, not a reflection of their own struggles, not a reflection of your worth. Sometimes, when someone ignores you, it's not because they don't care, it's because they are afraid. The fear of rejection is powerful. It can make even the strongest person hesitate. People worry that if they show their true feelings, they might get hurt. So instead, they step back. They pull away. They keep a safe distance. It's not that they don't love you. They are simply protecting themselves from the pain of being rejected. This fear comes from a place deep inside, often rooted in past experiences. Maybe they've been hurt before. Maybe they've been hurt before. Maybe they've opened up their heart in the past and faced disappointment. This fear can trap them, making it hard to express love openly. But here's the beautiful part. God can heal these fears. He can replace fear with courage, doubt with confidence, and hesitation with faith. If you find yourself on the receiving end of someone's silence, try to understand that their fear is not about you. It's a battle within them. Be patient, be kind, and trust that God can bring the healing they need, one step at a time. Love often brings a sense of vulnerability. When someone truly cares about you, they might fear exposing their emotions. Showing love means opening up your heart, and with that comes the possibility of being hurt. To protect themselves, some people choose to hide their feelings by pulling away or ignoring you. It's not because they don't care, it's because they are afraid of the pain that vulnerability can bring. This self-protection is like putting up a shield. They believe that if they keep their distance, they can avoid the risk of disappointment or rejection. But while this shield may protect their heart, it also creates distance between them and the people they care about. God understands this struggle and wants us to know that vulnerability is not a weakness. It takes strength to be open and honest. He can give us the courage to lower our shields and trust others. So, If someone is keeping their distance, recognize that it might be their way of protecting themselves. With time, understanding, and faith, barriers can be broken and true connections can form. Sometimes people ignore you because they are trying to play it cool. They believe that showing too much interest might make them seem desperate or needy. This mindset is often shaped by society or personal experiences, which teach people that being distant makes them more attractive or in control. In reality, this behavior is a mask, a way to hide true emotions and avoid appearing vulnerable. Playing it cool may feel like a safe approach, but it can also lead to misunderstandings and missed opportunities for genuine connection. It creates a false distance where both people are holding back their feelings instead of building trust. The truth is, love is not about control or power. It's about honesty and authenticity. God encourages us to be real with one another, to show our true selves without fear. When we drop the act and let go of the need to play it cool, we allow deeper, more meaningful relationships to grow. If someone is acting distant, it may not be because they don't care. It could be because they are trapped by this mindset. Patience, understanding, and God's guidance can help break through this facade. Anxiety can make love feel like a battlefield. When someone cares deeply, their mind may become a swirl of worries. They start overthinking every word, every gesture, and every moment. Thoughts like, what if I say the wrong thing? Or what if I'm not good enough? Can overwhelm them. This anxiety can make them hesitate, pull back, or even ignore you, not because they want to, but because they're trapped in their own fears. Overthinking creates endless what-ifs and imaginary scenarios that can paralyze a person's ability to act naturally. They might think it's safer to stay silent than to risk making a mistake. But God did not create us to be ruled by fear. He offers us peace and clarity when we feel overwhelmed. If someone seems distant or hesitant, it might be their anxiety holding them back, not a lack of care. Patience and understanding can make a difference. Remember, behind that silence is a heart that might just need time and God's comfort to quiet their anxious thoughts. Our past shapes how we connect with others. Everyone has experienced moments of hurt, disappointment, or rejection. These experiences leave marks that influence how people behave in relationships. This is where attachment styles come in. Some people develop a secure attachment. They are comfortable with closeness. Others may develop an avoidant attachment where they pull away when things get too intense. Then there are those with an anxious attachment who fear being abandoned and constantly seek reassurance. If someone you care about is ignoring you, their past experiences might be shaping their behavior. Maybe they learned that keeping distance is safer than risking heartbreak. But remember, these patterns are not set in stone. God can help heal old wounds and rewrite these emotional patterns. Understanding that everyone carries their own past can help you be more patient. Instead of taking their behavior personally, see it as part of their journey. With time, communication, and God's grace, people can learn to form healthier connections. The key is to trust that healing is possible and that love, with understanding, can overcome old fears. Sometimes, when someone ignores you, it's not out of malice or disinterest. They may be testing waters. They want to know if you care about them as much as they care about them, as much as they care about you. This behavior can come from insecurity or a fear of rejection. By pulling back, they hope to see if you'll reach out first. To them, your effort to reconnect is proof that their feelings are safe. It may seem confusing or even frustrating, but this behavior is rooted in a need for reassurance. They might have been hurt in the past or feel uncertain about where they stand with you. While this is not always the healthiest way to seek validation, understanding the reason behind it can help you respond with kindness. Instead of getting angry, try to recognize their need for connection. Remember, God calls us to be patient and understanding. By showing care and being genuine, you can ease their fears. Love should not be a game of tests, but a journey of mutual trust and openness. Sometimes, a small gesture of care can break the cycle of doubt and build a bridge toward a stronger relationship. It's important to recognize the difference between temporary distance and consistent, harmful patterns. Sometimes people pull back because they need time to process their feelings or overcome fears. This can be a healthy response to stress or emotional struggles. But if someone regularly ignores you, avoids communication, or makes you feel unimportant, this could be an unhealthy pattern. True love and respect involve honesty, communication, and mutual effort. Healthy relationships allow space for personal growth, but they also involve returning to each other with openness and care. Ignoring someone for long periods, playing mind games, or making you feel uncertain is not a sign of love. It's a red flag. God wants us to experience love that is patient, kind, and nurturing. If you're facing constant emotional neglect, it's important to ask yourself whether this relationship is truly serving you. Don't be afraid to seek support or guidance. Healthy love uplifts you, while unhealthy patterns drain you. Trust that you deserve relationships where you are valued, and remember that God's love is always a safe place where you are never ignored. Love can be complicated, and sometimes the people who care the most may seem distant. But behind those confusing actions are often fears, insecurities, and past experiences. Understanding these behaviors helps us respond with patience and compassion. Remember, God sees the full picture, even when we don't. If you're feeling confused or hurt, take a moment to pause. Don't jump to conclusions. Instead, trust that God is working in your life and in the lives of those around you. Healthy relationships are built on patience, trust, and honesty. You deserve love that is nurturing, not confusing. So, hold on to faith and remember that you are never alone in this journey. God's love is constant, even when human love feels uncertain. Stay open, stay hopeful, and let God guide your heart.